Okay.
Game.
Can I eat or what?
Go,
Narinig nila?
please. Dapat.
Matutunaw eh.
Welcome to the
Welcome to
Wake
the
Up
Saab podcast.
It's a very special episode. We have our pangilang guest na ba to?
We don't know.
We don't know. But we have a very special guest. It's a special episode because we have a guest.
Yes.
And here she is, as promised, Reese Lansangan.
Hello,
Yeah.
guys.
Yay!
Nakakatawa. As in, sobrang rabid talaga ng Reese
Grabe.
Army.
Rabid.
Yes.
Parang pang-aso.
Very, very rabid
Yes,
fan
I know.
base.
They really talagang rallied
Oh, I'm happy.
that you should guest on our podcast.
Because there are a lot, because I have Patreon, and if for you guys na hindi alam yung Patreon is it's like an online tip jar where you can pledge a certain amount per month to support your favorite creators. So I have that, and I have a really active community there. So sometimes I ask them, parang, what are you into ngayon? And they're giving me podcast suggestions. And ang daming nakikinig ng Wake Up with Jim and Saab. So I know that there are a lot of listeners that are Reese fans also. So parang natuwa lang ako na like they reacted to kaya na lang magkwento.
It's a crossover episode. I
Yes.
love it. So
What do you
should-
call them? Reese?
Batang Lansangan.
Batang Lansangan.
Reese
Pero
Kids.
kasi yung Batang Lansangan na Twitter handle was too long for Twitter. So they made it Reese Kids. Pang in English yung nila. That's why I call them both.
Ang ganda ng Batang Lansangan.
Diba? I want a jacket.
Ano bang direct translation ng Lansangan?
Street. Oo.
Wow.
He had
Reese
no
of the
idea
Streets.
what
That's
it was.
that's my rapper name.
Pero ito. So, this is, before we start, share ko lang. So, si Reese.
When did you first meet Reese?
So, by the way, if you don't know Reese, before you listen to the episode, please listen to her music.
Yes.
She's a talented musician
And artist.
and artist. She is also a vlogger now.
Thank you. Well,
A
post
content
vlogs.
creator.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
content
Baka mas
creator.
okay yun.
Okay. She's a content creator. And anyway,
Aren't we all content creators?
pero naalala ko,
A fellow content creator.
back in 2010, I remember I had a friend who said, "Hey man, you wanna produce an album with me?" Tapos sabi ko, okay, sino?
Si Troll ba yan?
Yeah. So pinarinig niya sa akin yung tracks mo.
That's how we first heard about you.
Tapos sabi ko, Cholo, ang galing yan. This is a gold mine. So,
Oh my God.
may recent Vika.
Meron. Oh, actually, nawala na. Kasi
That's how I knew about you. Recently.
si Vika kasi is in San Francisco now. Because she got married.
Oh, okay.
That's an interesting one. She met someone from OkCupid and they're a perfect match.
Oh
Now
my
they're married
gosh.
there.
Wow.
Yes. And now she's a parang illustrator musician there. She's more into illustration these days. So recent Vika had to take a hiatus.
Reese and Vika, for those of you who don't know, they were
An indie pop duo.
indie pop duo.
Yeah. When we were in college, actually it was by accident because we were both from Ateneo Musicians Pool, which is the music org in Ateneo. And then we were both soloists there. Ako kasi super, super mahiyain. Hindi ako nagpo-perform. I really get clammy hands. I really get stage fright. But I tried out as a soloist sa Ateneo because it was the time na medyo bago pa yung YouTube and a lot of people were posting their original music and covers. Yung mga OG na sila Mia, Rose, sina Esme Denters. I don't know if people remember these YouTubers, but they're all
Saab,
like
you don't know
dead now.
who these people are?
Ano lang, like mga nagko-cover, mga na-discover early on, tas parang anyway,
Sorry,
so
I don't know
yun.
them too. Okay.
It's
sorry.
okay. We will research later.
Okay, okay.
But I got inspired by them, so I wanted to kind of, I guess, put myself out there. So I auditioned for
Are these
Ateneo.
performers that you mentioned? Performers?
You really were
Performers.
ex-YouTubers.
Sorry, these YouTubers, they're local?
No, they're
Okay.
international. Kasi parang, I didn't really, as in super bago lang na YouTube. This was 2006, 2007, which was the year YouTube was kind of like
Okay.
established. So wala
Audition
masyadong...
ka for AMP, Ateneo Musicians School.
Yeah. And then, kasi when I was in high school and grade school, I didn't perform. People knew me in high school as a guitarist only, but they knew me more as a writer. Parang my yearbook award was Palangka Awardee, future Palangka Awardee. But now I don't write in like prose as much or whatever, pero nag-translate siya into songwriting. So yun nga, people don't know that I sing because mahiyaan talaga ako. So in college, dun lang mas na-develop.
What I wanted to ask...
So, wait lang. Natuwa ako sa kwento niya. So, I guess that isn't it amazing how it's come full circle na parang these YouTubers inspired you to even try.
Yeah.
And then now, yung Batang Lansangan, grabe yung mga na-inspire mong kids who can bring out their creative side. O, diba? Magandang
I'm so
insight ko,
happy.
Jim.
Yes, maganda.
Pero
I just
siya
plan to
na-
run for office.
A for orals. That's really something na sobrang nakakagulat kasi yung first YouTube video ko was under a different name, tapos yung kita lang guitar cover siya John Mayer, tapos yung kita lang yung chest ko po baba, nakaupo ko sa bed, hindi kita yung face ko kasi wala lang, nakahiya like if people see it parang oh my god, baka pagtawanan. Hindi siya as common lalo na for Filipinos before. At least I didn't like discover any YouTubers or creators na Filipino. So yun.
Okay, and then when you auditioned for AMP, you got in.
Yeah, I got in. Tapos I wasn't active for like the first 2 years because I am the type of person who's intimidated by upperclassmen. As in, I really, basta like nahiya ako sa kanila. Parang feeling ko they look at me as a subordinate, which I guess totoo naman. Tapos wala lang, like I don't like being embarrassed, gano'n. And I was still developing my confidence then. And then sabi nila tatanggalin nila ako if I don't become active or I have to re-audition again. So I had to re-audition again. And then yun, mas nag-volunteer ako until we had like a soloist night, and si Vika was parang thinking of collaborating with me kasi ayaw niyang mag-perform din mag-isa. And so sabi ko, okay, let's go. And then we started composing a song over Yahoo Messenger. We were exchanging audio files, and nakabuo kami ng song called Open Your Eyes. And then sabi namin, okay to like we didn't expect that we would be able to write an original song. And then after that, nag-cut kami ng isang class and we wrote another song sa may MVP, sa may staircase. Meron kaming spot doon. And then nagtuloy-tuloy na yung Reese and Vika from there.
Wait lang Yahoo Messenger. In my head kasi you're really young. How anong batch ka ba?
I'm 29.
Okay. Anong batch ka sa Ateneo?
2007 ako pumasok. I think I'm one batch lower than you.
Yeah, two batches.
2.
Yeah.
Super fan pala ako ng Focus on Hocus Pocus. Sabi ko as in, sobrang, oh my God.
Oh, I had no idea.
Taga-subaybay ako.
Nahiya ako.
Guys, I had something all planned out.
Yeah, Jim, I
I'm
think
kidding,
you can leave the room now.
I'm kidding.
We're good.
Sorry.
I'm kidding.
Go ahead.
What I wanted to ask before I was rudely interrupted by Saab. Guitar playing. Kasi
Oh
that's
my
the one
God.
thing I noticed. Both of you girls were
Reese and Vika.
very, very good guitar players. So when did you start playing?
I started playing because my dad was a guitar player. And yung dad ko kasi dati when I was younger, he would play the guitar and papakantahin niya ako ng songs. Usually like church songs or mga popular songs. Actually, sa kanya ko nalaman yung Spice Girls, NSYNC. Sa kanya nalaman.
Okay.
He's a music lover. And then, when I was grade 4, he passed away. We all got into a car accident, all of us.
Oh my God.
And I had like a major operation there. Tapos he passed away. And then, I wanted to kind of pick up the guitar again because I wanted to carry on that like musical memory and legacy that he left me, because he would always play music. He would always play music every morning. Siya yung magbibihis sa akin sa school. Siya yung magpe-prepare sa akin sa school. So parang nawala ng music when that happened. So I picked up the guitar when I was grade 5. And also because you learn instruments when you're young, diba?
Yeah.
When you're in grade school, may recorder. Tapos yung grade 5 namin was guitar. So I volunteered for the guitar, and then I picked up songbook pa yun before, diba? Kasi masyadong instructional materials sa internet. So I learned the chord structures sa songbooks na naiwan niya. So that's how I started playing guitar. And then yung mom ko, she enrolled me and my sister sa UP extension program sa classical music. So we started doing that every weekend to have something to do. Because yun nga, we were so young when we lost our dad, and we used to kind of always go to hotels or parang staycation weekends, ganon. So yun, parang it was something to keep ourselves busy.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Heavy pala.
Wow.
But that's beautiful what
Yeah.
you've
Thank
done
you.
with this legacy.
And nakakatawa nga na parang, I always used to imagine na parang, what if nanonood siya ng gigs? Like, I'm sure he has a lot of insight because he had so much gear also. And when I was first gigging, I used his parang guitar pick and I used his capo and his guitar na pinapaint ko lang ng rainbow na sobrang kikay na. Tapos, yun, that's what I was using during the first few like months and years of gigging. Until na-break na yung pick. Tapos, preserve ko na lang yung capo. Baka mawala eh.
Wow. Which song do you think is, which song did you specifically write talaga for?
For my dad.
Yeah, if there is, yeah.
You know, that's the thing. Parang, it's so hard to articulate, I guess. I've tried writing about him before. I wrote a song called Secret Language. Pero parang it's too personal. It's so filled with a lot of specifics about our relationship because super daddy's girl ako. And I was an only child for 6 years before my sister came along. So, kami lang magkasama palagi. We would always go to like the VHS store and rent our favorite movies there. Tapos hatid sundo niya ako when I was kindergarten. So it was really hard to, I guess, release because I don't think people would be able to relate yung mga ganun. Tas it was too personal. So out of my release songs, wala talaga. I've written about my sister and a bit about my mom, but nothing released about my dad. Parang yun yung siguro yung floodgate na it has yet to be opened pa talaga.
Oh man.
Hindi pala kami iiyak dito. Kumakain ako ng ice cream. Baka ang heavy lang. Diffuse ko lang yung tension.
Pero, you know, that's so beautiful talaga. Man.
Thank you.
Where do you go from?
Well, ako,
That's such a beautiful story.
Thank you. Well, okay, sige. Let me redirect. So, Reese and Vika, guitar playing. So,
I don't think you can segue.
For doing our job.
No, hindi kasi mas i-credit ko si Vika sa like melodies ng Reese and Vika because she really is, I call her the melody machine. Every time she comes up with melodies, I really, really love it. And I supply the little parang tingalings. Parang yung mga ano lang, like,
Aesthetics.
embellishments. And mas ako yung nag-art direct nung themes or ng lyrics. Mas yun yung strength ko sa aming dalawa. So,
I vaguely remember a YouTube video of you guys in like parang the fields or something.
yes.
Yung mga flower
Sa
crown
Tagaytay.
or something.
Oh my God.
Honestly.
are you guys on Spotify?
Yeah,
Yung Reese and
nandun.
Vika.
Yeah. We're both, ay, tama ba? Pati ba our first album? Basta we are on Spotify. Pero sobrang luma na nun, so not the best.
Tumblr days, diba?
Yes. Tumblr days and Blogspot days. We did like, kasi yung EP namin, our first EP was a product of a thesis of comm students. So, parang yung track nila was, I think, music or parang ano ba? Basta yung nag-manage sila ng band. So, kami yun. And yung project nila was to produce an EP and to launch it. So, kami yung napili nilang band. So, we were funded. And it was really great kasi naging super friends namin yung mga naging managers namin, quote-unquote, for that time being. So, yun, nagtuloy kami up until the second EP until Vika had to go to the States.
And what year was that? Was that around the time when our friend discovered?
Well, I think because I met Cholo sa Elements Music Camp, singing-songwriting camp. We were batchmates and we were groupmates there. And he...
What year was that?
2013.
Sobrang off.
Matagal na rin. Bakit?
Sabi ko 2010.
Hindi. Pero
Okay.
2010 kami nag-start ni Vika. So yun,
You had
2010.
red hair then, diba?
I had lots. Red, green, purple,
I
pink.
just remember kasi Cholo saying, uy, may, I have a friend with red hair. Sobrang
Talagang
talented.
yun yung defining factor. Well, ngayon, di na ako nagkukulay ng buhok. Masyado siyang hassle. Black na lang.
Naalala ko kasi si Cholo sent us that link and then
Cholo, by the way, is my old bandmate.
yeah. So nag-send siya tas I watched on Wednesdays we wear pink.
Yes.
Yeah, so she Reese made a song, Mean Girls inspired track. And then I super loved it. It was so
Thank
fun.
you,
The video
thank
was
you.
also really great. And I caught you at Root Ata You performed. And then after I said, I went up to you and I said, you were really
Yes,
great.
and I
watched
gave
your
you a
vi-"
sticker.
And I remember that.
I remember. I
that.
was giving out stickers
Yeah.
then. I had budget.
Nakalagay on Wednesdays we were pink.
Yeah,
diba? Something
parang
like that.
text message. Oh,
Pero dati ka pa may merch na ganun, no?
Actually, di ko binibenta yung stickers na yun. Parang pinapamigay ko lang talaga siya before. Kasi dati sobrang DIY pa rin naman ako. Pero before kasi remember, wala manonood ng gigs eh. As in, tayo-tayo lang talaga. Kung sino tutugtog, wala talaga nanonood.
Totoo.
Diba? So parang ang galing lang ngayon. Kaya afford ko mamigay ng stickers kasi parang ilan lang bang tao yun nandun sa gig,
true.
diba? Tapos ang lalaki pa nung dimensions ko. Meron akong pinapamigay ng parang 3x3. Parang wow ang gastos ko. Parang
Wait,
free.
ito, question though. The last episode kasi, one of the episodes, mga 2 episodes back, we talked about yung pagtitipid ng Filipino crowd sa
Gigs.
sa applause. Not even money, ha? We're not even talking about money.
Talaga?
So like, kunwari, let's say, I'm sure you've experienced, parang kumbaga, you play in a show that's not really meant for you. Kunwari, it's like Reese
Yes,
Lansangan
yes,
at
of course.
Pulp SummerSlam. Ganun, diba? Rock-rockan or whatever. And I don't, yung what we were talking about, we were trying to analyze it. Parang, bakit ba, you're in a sea of people na they're there already. And we were trying to figure out, like, why is it, kasi kami, whenever we watch someone, even if we hindi kami believe, like, hindi ko titipirin yung pagpalakpak.
Especially if you make eye contact with the performer. Like, I always make sure to smile to give them confidence.
Ako actually, pag nanonood ako, di ako makatingin. Actually, even if I perform, parang hindi talaga ako makatingin.
Habang nag-perform
I
ako,
have
hindi
a
ako
cheat.
makatingin.
Parang titingin na ako sa noon nila just so mukha siyang nakatingin ako. Pero I'm
Sometimes
super
nakatingin lang
bad
ako
at
sa
eye
air.
contact. Anyway, I'm sorry. You were rudely interrupted again.
Well, the reason why I asked that is you're a full-time musician.
Yeah.
No? And have you ever had a day job? Like a corporate job?
No, but
9 to
I
5?
helped out sa family business namin, which is art related also. And I do graphics for our business from time to time, but it's not a day job. But yun nga, I used to help out sa family business namin, and I used to also parang pumapasok ako sa oras nila. But syempre, as a musician, you have events that you go to or you have gigs na minsan hapon. And ayaw ng mom ko na parang umaalis ako kasi parang it's a special favor for me. Ayaw niyang makita ng mga tao na may special favor na ganun or pwedeng gawin ng
So
kahit
she fired
sino.
you?
Yeah. Well, parang stay at home na lang, ganun. And work from there. So I never applied for anything din talaga. After Ateneo kasi, I graduated as a fine arts student there. After Ateneo, I did
What was your
fashion
course?
school. Information design, graphic design. I did fashion school for 2.5 years. Parang associate degree siya. Kasi siguro in denial pa ako na parang, oh my God, magtatrabaho na ako. So, and I also wanted to have an outlet na iba for my art. After that, kasi before naman, music wasn't really a job. I mean, I never considered it to be a job that I could do. Parang I used to think that music was for the rock stars and like the big people with labels, and it just became more democratized now. So never kong naisip na I would be a performer. I found like a bucket list that I did when I was mga 13, and one of them was to play a gig with people. As in, that was like one of the list. Oh, na parang along with like travel to Iceland, ganyan. So parang I used to
How
think
many
that it
gigs
was
have you
very
had this month?
I don't, parang medyo naglaylo din ako sa gigs because I'm recording now. Pero that used to be such an impossible thing for me.
Yeah.
So Ayun nga. Pero I know what you mean when you say na you're there but you're not really what the audience is there for. Siguro parang when you play events that hindi talaga bagay masyado yung sound mo or something. So parang people are just like milling about and just like talking amongst themselves. You feel weird. You feel parang ako for me personally nakakababa siya ng moral at the moment. But you have to catch yourself because it's nothing personal din talaga. Parang sometimes it just really happens. And you just have to do your best for maybe that one person who's listening na hindi mo makita.
Exactly.
Pero hirap eh.
Yun yung naging mantra namin ni Saab. I mean, I think, kunwari, for us, it's not like it's the easiest. Like we had a gig at a Pottery Barn Kids.
Oh wow, so shy.
Yeah, so parang
So
bugtog
see you
kami.
na.
Of course, we were saying,
In the middle of the mall.
Yeah.
After the set, man, like, again, I've accepted. I did 7 years of playing with a band that was totally miscast. I don't know why I always feel the need to share this, pero
Go ahead.
my old band had for 7 years we were
Mismanaged.
we were meant to be an indie artist and we were forced to be a
Pogi
rock band.
This is Ernville.
Yeah. So we were playing at SM Fairview, all these
So parang
things.
medyo matinee
Yeah,
idols.
never ako nag-root as Earnville. I guess nung latter part na. Pero anyway, ang point ko is sanay na ako. It's not a problem for me. I mean, I've played at the worst. Talaga na talagang please stop. As in, so gets ko. Yung Pottery Barn thing, a dad right after the set comes up to me, says, "Ay, salamat. Ang ingay nyo."
In your face.
In my face,
Oh my
as in not just parinig. Looks at me, waited for me to come into contact yung eyes namin and said that. So ako, after playing 8 songs and accepting, submitting na, okay, the kids don't want to hear this music and the moms and the titas don't want to hear this music. That's fine.
Hey, there were some people who were grooving.
Yeah, I know. But after a brutal set of that,
And then you hear that.
gaganunin ako, I lost it.
Yeah, he
Man,
did.
like, I went after the...
Wait lang. ah. When this was happening, the whole band was like, as in nag-aayos kami ng gamit. We were like, hey, that wasn't so bad. Just talking amongst ourselves. Bigla na lang, after a while, we see Jim like walking towards us na parang kami, saan ka nang galing? Tapos like, parang, tangina eh. Hinabol na yung guy.
Wait, tinapon mo tapos?
Nabot ko yung guy. And may edad na siya. So I was like so ready to rampage. Like, alam mo ba, I fucking worked. Do I go to your office and say, "Tangina! Bakit ka ganyan mag-type?" Diba? Or something. So hinabol ko siya sa this restaurant.
Downstairs.
Oh my God.
He was with a family of 15.
Oh shit.
So I was like, oh
And there
my
were
God.
kids.
Bigla akong nagising. Like, oh my God.
Like, this is a father.
Parang I might fucking...
Yeah.
What am I doing?
So hindi natuloy.
Wala.
No.
Okay.
And they know me. Ako nga ang pinaka, I would say. Kasi sa totoo lang, me and Manny are bassist. Kami yung magkasama sa Earnville. So kami yung, technically, even at the start of Cheats, like kami yung, guys, okay lang yan. Waiter lang manunood. That's fine. There's one guy. Kami yung taga ganun. I think maybe at that moment, I lost it.
Yeah. Well, at least now you have a perfect comeback for
You
that.
know, this
now.
is
You
so
can just say,
refreshing to
okay,
hear.
boomer.
Hindi ko alam yung boomer. Oh my God, I'm so lost sa meme na. Hindi ko siya alam.
I just found out yesterday.
Shall I
love
explain it?
Yeah.
So, because boomers and baby boomers born between basta the ones
60s?
before Gen X.
Di ba 60s yan?
Yes, I think so.
Hindi ko alam.
So sila yung lagi nakikipag-away sa ating millennials because parang they say we're special snowflakes, that we're ruining everything, we're lazy, we're entitled, blah blah blah. And then whenever we come at them with facts and parang hey guys, this is why the climate's
Pag nagmamarunong tayo.
Nagmamarunong,
Nagmamarunong, quote
unquote. They will really just not listen to us. So parang for us, it's like there's no point in arguing with you and trying to explain. So every time they say something, you just say, okay, boomer.
Pero it started, di ba, parang there was this girl giving a speech.
Who, Greta Thunberg?
No, not her. Pero a young person was giving a speech, and then she was rudely interrupted. And then the girl said, okay, boomer.
Oh, really?
Ganon. And then yun yung naging meme.
The origins of
I
the...
didn't
We
know
should
that.
check it sa Know Your Meme.
Yeah, I always go there.
No, but what I was
NewYourMemes.com.
saying was it's so refreshing to hear that from a band. Kasi ako as a soloist, that's what I always feel like. Because I'm a soloist. If I don't have Josh with me or my full band with me, most of the time I'm alone. And I always feel so... parang, ano ba yun? Parang hindi ako napapakinggan kasi solo ako eh. So I always think, bands don't have this problem kasi they can carry their own sound kasi maingay sila. I mean, maingay.
noise.
Yung parang, their sound is full. And and people can hear it kahit nag-uusap sila. I always get discouraged when people are so noisy. Pero, I mean, it's part of it. Pero kunwari, like, if I can't hear myself, I always get discouraged. 'Cause I
That's so
think that is-
distracting if you can't hear yourself.
Yeah. Pero, kaya in-ear ka na lang. pero yun nga, parang it's refreshing to hear it from a band na parang, I'm sure, dun sa Pottery Barn Kids na yun, parang nagkabaliktad tayo ng market dun eh.
Yeah.
Parang, dun ako lalagay eh. Yung mga parang pang tahimik lang. Pero yun nga, when I'm placed in like big situation.
What was the weirdest mo? Ano yung parang talagang fish out of water gig mo?
Shucks. Medyo madami, pero meron...
Satan Fest?
hindi pa nga ako naka-play sa Kraken eh. But they invite us
Demonyo
there.
Fest.
Pero parang feeling ko hindi kami bagay dun eh. Pero I appreciate the invitation. Siguro merong one time we were starting
invite ka sa Rakrakan.
pero
Pero may mga stages naman doon.
Okay, mga
Rakraka
acoustic
naman
stage
isn't, hindi siya,
I've never been.
hindi
so
siya
I don't
pulp.
know. SummerSlam ba
Hindi
yun?
siya SummerSlam.
Although, I'm not even afraid to say this. We stopped playing there na because of that whole
They got Bato on stage.
Bato performed.
Oh.
We pulled out on the day itself when we
Okay,
found
okay,
out na
okay.
he was gonna be there.
Okay. Good call.
That parang OPM against drugs.
Yes!
something.
Pop ba yun?
Hindi, that
No.
was Rakraka.
Rakrakan.
Rakrakan pala.
I don't know if they've changed now, but that's that.
Yeah. Oo nga, dami nag-pull out doon. Good call, guys.
So wala ka pa ever gig like parang you stare and they're all like,
Marami.
I doubt it. I doubt it. Kasi,
not just stare, sorry. Kaya maganda siguro yung fish out. Kasi yun nga, alam ko naman nakasabayan. Alam naman ni Reese yung playing at an empty bar.
Yeah. Madami. For me, madami din. Like, there are times na I've played parang medyo close to beer houses. Hindi talaga like gig spots. Before when I was still starting out, yun nga, wala talaga silang pake. Tapos, pa-request. Gano'n.
Yes, that's the thing when you're an acoustic singer, when you're a soloist. That's what
Sure ball. Because the people there, again,
They don't know naman.
they want to get drunk. And they want like, they're getting drunk and their friends are like, uy, sarap marinig yung
Especially for you.
We've gotten tissue requests.
yeah, cheats never.
Yeah. Yes, in 90
Well,
East.
Na-play niya ba?
Hindi.
Ang hirap kasi nun eh. Di ako yung impromptu kind of girl. Game sana ako kapag gusto ko yung isang, tapos alam ko tugtugin. Ang hirap eh.
First gig namin, Densos.
Wow.
Sa tapat ng
Ernville.
ABS-CBN. Yeah.
Okay.
Full band. Tissue galore. And yung setlist namin was Smashing Pumpkins, Tonight, Smashing Pumpkins, 1979. Tapos parang,
What do you do with the tissue? Do you say,
people give the tissue.
hindi, I mean, do you say, sorry, we don't take requests?
Nung
Or-
time na yun, because I was just like, thank you, nakapag-gig ako. I was like, I'm so sorry, hindi namin alam. Ngayon, pag gano'n, I'm gonna give you the stink eye.
Yeah.
Why? It's not their fault. Maybe they think it's that kind of play.
Pero again, it depends on the place.
Yeah.
Kunwari, if you're doing it at Paddy's Point or whatever, I understand. Di ako magagalit. Pero if kunwari sa route, biglang may mag-abot sa akin ng parang tangin na dude, nasa route na nga tayo. Parang,
Yeah.
you're at the wrong bar, man.
Pero ibang-iba na rin talaga ngayon yung gig scene. Sobrang, well, it works to our advantage because the audience is like so, like well-informed na sila. And ang dami talagang, like streaming has really changed everything for us. Because yun nga, before, Honestly guys, sa mga hindi nanonood ng gigs before, talagang walang nanonood sa amin. Kung sino yung line-up, yun lang yung laman ng bar. Tapos dati may food ba? Dati may food ba yung band? Ngayon wala. Wala na nga rin beer din.
Kasi laging ang daming sa line-up, diba? Ang daming bands sa line-up.
Hindi, dati pa marami.
Dati may free food yung band.
Ngayon kasi ang dami ng bands. Dati 3 lang yun.
May budget.
Yeah.
May budget na
3
pang
bands.
food.
Yeah.
And like, ang laging mangyayari is like, oh shit, correct, kami yung second band. Since 3 banda lang nandun sa bar, uy, pinanood tayo ng first band.
Yeah.
We have to watch the first.
Yeah, respeto lang.
Paano naman may tao? Diba?
But that's how you make friends.
Yeah.
Yes.
I used to hang out a lot at Root with Sina Josh, with my band friends. But now we can't really do that anymore.
Yeah.
We don't really do that anymore because
Ang daming gao na.
tsaka di na siya relaxed environment, which is good for
Do you remember when smoking was allowed inside bars?
I don't smoke kasi so I'm not sure. But hindi na ba ngayon? Hindi na ngayon.
That is
Outside
hindi na ngayon.
rin.
Definitely ngayon hindi na. Kasi
Inside Root before, pwede mag-yosi.
nag-argue nga mo yung isabi. Parang sabi ko, Sagiho dati?
I'm
I
not
think-
sure about Sagiho.
Sobra naman.
Parang I can't
I'm
imagine
shocked na.
Sagiho na,
Hindi kasi siya Sagiho sauna before.
Ang flammable pa naman ng
oo
Sagiho.
nga eh.
Tsaka walang fire exit.
Oh my God. Totoo. ang liit ng door.
But you know what I would make a pledge to? Improving all female bathrooms in all these bars.
Yeah. Wow, female.
Female.
Yeah.
Guys, come on, man. Like,
Sa bagay. Cause, yeah.
it's just so, I feel so bad. Kasi, syempre, you know, like, ako, ano yung, Sagiho? Man.
I'm used to that.
Yeah.
Pero I mean,
Hirap eh. Oo.
hindi, pero,
Squat fest.
Sometimes actually I barely go to the bathrooms of the gig places that I play at kapag alam ko na yung
Yeah.
itsura. Parang okay, baba niyo muna ako before that. Pero if you can't
Hindi ka
help it,
magtutubig.
ako kasi sobrang sensitive ako sa banyo. I mean, I try not to be, pero pag hindi ko talaga kaya, yung shirt ko, nilalagay ko over my head para di ko makita or di ko maamoy. Sobrang arte. Kasi minsan may suka din
Yes,
I mean,
Yes,
yun
that's
nga eh. Masyadong nakainom yung mga tao. So, may suka, tapos makaalat, tapos di nalilinis. So, ang hirap ding tumingin-tingin around. Tapos yung trauma ko talaga. Ay, meron akong irrational fear of basang tissue. Kasi pag tissue siya tapos clump in nabasa, sobrang
I completely understand.
Buti na lang kasi nobody else understands this about me.
ako yung fear ko is, when I see a toilet and it's closed.
And you need to go.
Oh,
You fear may amoy imbornal.
Hindi, natatakot ako na
There's something
there's
waiting
a
for you.
special prize there.
Okay.
Kasi that really, it ruins my night.
Of course, I think it would ruin everyone's.
Pag ganun, biglang, parang a spirit has entered me.
Yes.
I think let's move
Tapos
on.
may mental picture ka na.
Yeah. Ang mahirap pa talaga is if kilala mo yung
Yun yung hassle.
Yeah. And ang pinaka-trauma ko is like, bakit mo ako dinamay, man? Kasi I'm gonna have to fix your problem.
And people are gonna think it was
It's gonna
you.
be mean. Yun yung kaya ako takot.
Actually, ang hirap mag-CR ng parang kilala mo lahat. Kasi when you get in, tapos biglang may pumasok na kakilala mo, tapos maririnig kang umihi. Di ba yun weird? Nawiwirdohan ako when I hear somebody I know peeing.
Ako hindi.
Peeing is
Ako
fine.
nawiwirdohan ako.
Pag may prut-prut na, that's when it like, oh.
Ako as in alam ko, parang iniisip ko kasi, ito na yung exact moment na naririnig ko yung shh, ewan ko,
Is it
na-weirdohan
weird
ako.
if it's a girl, I'm like, aw. Parang it's like, we're so close now. Parang we've crossed that
Hindi,
line.
like,
But if it's a guy, I'm like,
acquaintance mo lang siya.
Kasi the funny thing is, whenever you go in a bathroom with someone you know, and then it's the first time ever in your life not to hear,
Yeah.
diba? The funny thing is, it's not that surprising.
Natural siya eh, pero
Diba?
parang jahe pa rin if ikaw yun.
Yeah, but parang, like,
I need to stop talking about this.
last, would it be so wrong if kumari may katabi mo, diba? Tapos, sabi mo, hey,
Kaya mo yan.
Hindi, kumari ako yung, I am the pooper.
Yeah, sabi mo.
To say, hey,
Excuse me.
Sorry.
Sorry, wag ka
Yeah.
na lang makinig.
Yeah. Well, he'll try.
Di ba?
Meron sa Japan na ano, 'di ba, na parang nature parang
Yes.
rushing sounds of the bathroom para hindi masyadong
What my grade school classmate used to do is she'll flush it while she's peeing.
sayang tubig.
Hindi, all in one na.
Okay.
Pero kailangan mabilis mo. Mamadali ka. Wait, I need to stop talking about this because I just like to pretend that my friends don't use the toilet.
Grabe, naging toilet topic
Oo nga
pala
eh.
tayo.
Wholesome tayo for Reese. Okay.
Okay. Next.
Next.
So I guess what I'd like to say is parang, we see na you've really worked on your craft and you put a lot of time and work in it, diba? I think it would be nice parang what has been your mindset? Kasi again, I think for an artist, it's not as easy as do this, you get this. Well, hindi naman ganun yun
Yeah.
eh. So what would be your advice for people? Doesn't have to be a musician or whatever. If they're in a field that is not in the realm of normalcy for Filipinos.
Yeah.
What would be
Is your question,
Being
how do you
creative?
know you're doing it right? Or
how do you do it? How do you keep doing it? Especially especially during those times na you go to a bar na nga, hindi ka
Yeah.
nakakumita
Yeah.
and wala pa ring nakakita
Yeah.
sa'yo. How do you power through?
Well, for me, actually, in terms of like just being a musician, like a full-time musician, I have a lot of work in terms of like the discipline, like having a structure for my days. Usually kasi I'm very interested in a lot of things. So I tend, like my time gets consumed by all these other things. Like for example, for YouTube, I'm editing a vlog that nobody really watches that much. People follow me for my music, but like yung vlogs, ilan lang kung sino lang may gusto. But that takes so much time, which I like doing, but parang before you know it, tapos na yung araw, tas yun lang yung ginagawa mo. And then after that, parang, I don't know, sometimes I just really think about ano ba yung purpose kung ba't ko to ginagawa. Kasi if you work on something for so long and then number one, wala masyadong makakita or makaka-appreciate. Number two, wala kang kikitain from that. Parang you have to be smart about where you put your time also. So I always come back to my goal, I guess, as a musician. Parang for me, my most ideal setup would be like touring or having my music reach a wider audience, not just in the Philippines, outside of the Philippines, but it's a small and focused parang group. For example, Lucy Rose is like an indie folk artist that I really admire. Also, YouTubers like Dodie, Clark, and Orla Gartland, yung mga naging self-made na they can tour certain cities in the world and have like 100, 200 people there and get to travel with their music and reaching a wider audience, but not to the point that you lose your sanity and your privacy. And that's really important to me. So I've never really gone for like worldwide Taylor Swift success. Pero super idol ko si Taylor Swift. Like super idol
I was
siya.
waiting when you would mention her.
Yeah, I mean, Taylor, I love you. I was supposed to wear your shirt today. But
Taylor, kung nakikinig ka.
Taylor, baka lang. Pero yun, parang I've started defining what my ultimate goals would be or success would be as a musician for me. So yun, parang getting to, for example, I did a recent show in Singapore. So something like that. Like for example, I can get to travel to Singapore and Hong Kong and maybe like Indonesia and have 100 people in a bar and they're dedicate or parang I know them, I can talk to them, I have time to spare to be able to know their names and their stories and take pictures with them. Parang that's it's so important to me. Even if I do gigs here, I always make it a point, if I can, to do a meet and greet. Like it's unofficial, but like I always stay behind. We have a line and we have merch there. Tas I talk to them. It really takes longer than my set. Like most of the times, siguro doble or triple the time na isinet ko yun yung i-meet and greet ko. And people really wait. That's the most surprising part. It's not me waiting for them to, or it's not me waiting for me to be done, pero it's them waiting for me to greet them. That's really amazing. And so that's what I always go back to. Parang, what is my goal as a musician? And how can I sort of move towards that space? That's why I try to work hard on my YouTube-ish. Ito paano. And
So
yun
parang
lang.
kumari, if you have a to-do list, number one on your priority is what will make you get closer to that goal.
Actually, supposedly.
Because
pero-
I know you have a lot of
Yeah, yeah.
interests.
Yeah.
So how do you...
Like, sobrang, ang kalat na schedule ko, promise. Like, sometimes, I would just prioritize whatever task needs to be done for the day. Not really like, alam mo yun, I should be doing that na parang, okay, what will make me closer to that goal? Pero, I feel like everything ties together nicely din naman. And since I do my own graphics, most of the time I do my own graphics and like my promo materials, and I just come up with all these things. Ubos talaga yung oras
Gusto
ko.
mo sumali ng cheats?
May
Kailangan
branding
namin
tayo.
narinig.
Actually, ang ganda nga ng mga ano niya, yung mga stuff niya like in cheat day.
We need somebody like you.
No,
Oh,
man.
God.
Oh my gosh. I'm sure you have. We'll discuss later.
Well, it used to be Candy and me who were into like doing the DIY stuff.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
did our
But of
first
course,
album.
Yeah.
And then
Life happens.
just got tired.
No, and you have different. You have different stuff to attend to. Of course, you have family and all of that. So yun, feeling ko lang like the way I power through is to remind myself why I still love this, and if I still love this, and if at some point you feel like you're tired of it, you can always take a break. Parang it's really. Sometimes it's a mortal sin when you think about it. It's a mortal sin if you're like a public person. Hindi naman like malaking public person. But if you have a sizable audience, sometimes you feel guilty if you neglect your online presence somehow because it feels like a responsibility to the people supporting you. But you have to remember that it's a responsibility to take care of yourself first, talaga.
Self-care.
And that's really the most important thing because you don't have the fuel to make all these things if you don't take care of yourself. So I still feel that guilt every time I take a break on Instagram or Twitter. I rarely go on Twitter when I promote stuff na lang, oh my God. Or like when I feel like it. So yun, parang if you're still happy doing what you are doing, then go and make sure that you're still spending time with the things that are also important to you outside of work, like family or friends, relationships, stuff like that. So hopefully we can all keep a balance.
I completely understand.
Do you need
On
to take a
that
break?
note, let's take a break.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So, where were we?
Oh, recording na agad.
What are we talking about?
Reese was giving life advice
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
on pursuing passion.
Speaking of that, maybe we should have Reese answer Malibag.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I answer this question?
Speaking of passion,
I pooped in front of my friend.
well, okay, before we answer this, Reese, are you in love right now?
No. With a person? No. No.
Pwede ka namin ireto.
You're not seeing anyone.
No, not seeing.
Ito.
Oy, may
sorry.
retohan.
I was thinking that this whole time.
To say that joke?
No.
Yeah, of who?
I was just thinking parang, gosh, like Reese is the girlfriend you want your friend to have.
Yeah.
Aww.
Alam ko na kung sino.
We
Oh
have,
my God.
Yeah.
May prospect.
We have options.
I'm sure you're thinking the same.
Yeah, of course.
Oh my God, sino yun?
Anyway.
Name drop.
Okay.
Okay.
Game. I ask you this because it's a kind of a love question. Sabi niya, I don't really have any personal questions to ask. This is more of an academic thing.
Okay.
Nagpapaduro siya sa homework niya.
Grammar Nazi.
We have a paper kasi in Phil Lit with this question. I hope tapos na yung deadline kasi ayokong kami yung gagawa ng paper mo. Okay? Pero yung question is, why or why not are Filipinos hopeless romantics?
tayo lang ba yung hopeless romantics? Is that like an exclusively
I think
Filipino
baka
trait?
mali,
The professor mentioned something about kundiman references.
I think more of sentimental. We're a very sentimental
Actually, like,
race.
the really big songs are the ones na hugot songs.
Hugot. Melancholic.
Yes.
We're very
Yeah.
melancholic.
You know, I feel like because we find humor in sadness, parang we also kind of have this self-deprecating humor when we're alone or when we're left behind. Kung wari, iniwan tayo ng significant other natin, we can reformulate the situation on Twitter and make it sound funny or relatable. Feeling ko there's like a sense of community when you share in the sadness, in your sadness, when you wallow so publicly, and when you identify with a song, like a hugot song that people know about, and they can also relate because they have that same experience. Parang you feel less alone when it comes to that, and that's a good trait, I think, kasi imbis na we're very, very sad, we can still find little bright spots about being sad. And I think that's part of it. Like, our humor is just designed to kind of find funny things that are kind of unfortunate, lalo na when it comes to matters of the heart. And ayun, I think so. I don't know. What do you guys
Wala ka
think?
talagang dinidate.
Wala.
Ako, I think, sorry, my answer is,
Okay.
sorry. Ako yung tinanong.
Ano? Sige, ikaw nga, go.
It's because we're an oppressed race.
Oh, we go deeper.
Yeah.
This is the first level.
We're
and
for example, hip hop was because of the oppression of black people, diba? That's why you can hear the aggression, you can hear the tayo, we've always been submissive. We've gone through so many
We always want to please people.
we're
Kaya
very
lahat ng mga corporate emails kailangan may smiley face.
yeah.
Gentle reminder.
totoo.
Meron akong
A
sige, go lang.
nudge.
Ayan. So, you're done?
Yeah, I'm done. I thought it would
She
I thought it would be
expected more.
smarter.
Well, I was gonna say na, I think, Reese, you're right. There are few things in this life that are universal. There's math, as Katie Heron
Yes,
says,
Katie.
music, and heartbreak. And I like 2 out of
Same.
3.
Ay, wait. Ano yung di mo?
I like
gusto? Ay, may math.
What's the
I like
thing?
heartbreak
Okay,
because, you learn from it.
Yeah. And
Like,
it makes you write
yeah.
songs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hindi ka kasi nakikinig.
Cash cow
Sorry
yan,
ka.
cash
Pakinggan mo
cow.
na lang yung podcast, Jid.
Pag siya naman mag-edit. Mamememorize niya yan.
Ano, what were you gonna say?
Here's a question. Would you like to date is dating a musician a requirement?
No, actually feeling ko it's really just the environment. Na
Have you
parang-
dated a musician? I know the answer to this, but I'm asking you just to put you on the spot. She is nodding her head.
Well,
Can
I've
you
been
recommend it?
close. Hindi naman siya sa trabaho talaga. It's really the type of person. Parang, you can be a musician and not be a douchebag.
Yeah.
Pero, minsan swertihan lang, minsan malas ka lang talaga. But I do, I mean, there are a lot of decent people in music, but then the stereotype is parang babaero or parang, I guess,
Oh, yan. Okay, sorry, technical difficulty.
naputol tayo.
I think that's a wake up with Jim and Saab tradition. So again, you were saying it doesn't matter if
Yeah.
he's a musician or
Yeah,
not.
yeah, yeah.
As long as hindi douche.
Yeah, and yun nga, as long as he has a basic appreciation of music, I guess, because that's what I do. And just so we could have, meaningful conversations about it, especially about my work I need insight. Syempre, you send your music to the people that you trust the most first. And yun lang, parang I want meaningful insight.
Honest feedback.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to
Also.
deal with someone being needy? Kasi syempre pag, alam mo naman kung ano, let's say pag musikero ka, there's so many reasons
I don't,
for people to be jealous. So.
Yeah, I've experienced that. Pero, hindi siguro sa needy, pero I don't like feeling policed when I wasn't able to reply or when I wasn't able to text at a certain moment. And ako kasi hindi naman ako manloloko eh. I mean, well, understandable if the person has trauma and stuff. Pero ako lang, I know myself na hindi ako manloloko. So parang I don't like feeling like I'm being watched 24/7 or parang every move ko parang, oh, ba't hindi ka ganito nag-reply? Or may internet naman, di ba?
Sucks. Parang you feel guilty for some reason, even if
Yes.
but there's no reason to feel guilty.
Yep. I mean, I get it also, but I just don't like it. And
Yeah, it's not for you.
yeah, kasi parang especially when you do gigs, you don't have your phone. Well, at least me, I don't put my phone in my pocket. I don't really carry it around. I leave it somewhere with my manager or something. So I really try to live in the moment, and I talk to a lot of people. So I don't like na parang, oh, ba't hindi ka nag-text ng ganito?
So ikaw personally, you're not a jealous girl.
I
you have
wouldn't
a
say
song
yes.
called Jealousy.
Yeah. Ako siguro, I feel it a lot of times, but I don't express it. Parang hindi ako like, oh, bakit ganito? Bakit ganyan? I feel it, but I'm too prideful to say anything. And also because I'm afraid na parang, wala lang, parang you just feel it because your senses are heightened, but you're not really putting, yung hindi siya yung jealousy na parang, oh my God,
Yeah, I
praning
think
ka na
it's
talaga.
normal, you know, sometimes your
May
insecurities
tinge.
just get the best of you.
May tinge lang, parang kurot lang, but not
Parang,
really.
ugh.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's an
And especially in the sa eksena, parang quote unquote sa music scene. Parang medyo marami rin talagang tao na they find it fun to mess
toy-
with people who are already spoken for. I've noticed.
I don't understand that sentiment.
And tsaka parang, I guess if musician din yung partner mo or something, nakakasira din ng ulo. Kung hindi ka musician, tas musician yung partner mo. Parang if they're dealing with a lot of fans or a lot of people that admire them, if you don't understand or if you're not secure with your relationship, hindi ba siguro secure, pero parang, yeah, sometimes it can rock the boat. Diba? Na parang, ba't ang daming...
But it's so hard kasi as a musician rin, kung nga yung boyfriend mo, parang rockista.
Yeah.
Ang
May
hirap
image
rin,
dapat.
Ang hirap rin na, well, one, pwedeng it could work in his favor na medyo bad boy siya na hindi niya papansinin yung crowd. Or two, he has to be,
May onti siyang...
if he's friendly, it's because he wants to make the fans happy.
Yeah.
And then,
May onting fan service
oh,
At
Pero dun ba nagkaka-issue? I think, kunwari, let's say, non-musician dates a musician. Feeling ko nga, it's not even the fan interaction that's the problem.
well, I've
It's
seen
the life.
friends.
Hindi ba? Na parang, what? You're still there? It's 2 in the morning?
and tas hindi mo gets
Gets,
na ganun
totoo.
talaga.
Bakit kailangan magstay? Kala ko tugtog, alis.
Gets.
Or kunwari, yung sabi mo nga, like, mag-rehearsal. Ako yun talaga. I really don't check my phone. If it's 3 hours,
Yeah.
4 hours, zero checking. So, that's where I always got in trouble with my exes. Hindi nila talaga na-gets yun. It was never, again, nakakatawa nga eh. Parang in my previous life, parang, guys, can't say that you have girlfriends.
Yeah,
So ako parang,
yeah.
oh
Parang
man,
K-pop.
hassle. Pero parang, no one cared.
The waiters who watched.
Yeah, the waiters are saying, may girlfriend ba yun?
But I've seen friends na parang nagkaroon ng problems because of fans. But it's because it's a personal it's a personal thing. It's not really na parang may nalanding fan yung isang ganito. Parang nakikita lang na there's so much attention. And rightfully so, because fans are, you should pay attention to them. Pero dapat lang siguro as a boyfriend or as a girlfriend, hindi ka... I guess you draw boundaries also and to make your partner feel secured or...
Oh yeah, boundaries definitely should be in place. I think it's just very hard, especially for the younger ones.
Yeah,
No,
kasi...
hindi pa developed yung...
Yeah.
Ano mo?
And syempre, you're very amused also with all the attention. You like it. And there's nothing wrong with that. But yun, parang
Pinaghirapan mo yun.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, setting aside nga the fact, let's say not even musicians or whatever, I think yun talaga yung parang that ako for me that's the biggest hurdle to go through pag when kasi nakat kanina pero we were talking about like how first impressions, diba? Like, oh, favorite movie mo to?
Yeah,
Favorite
yeah.
movie ko to. We're meant to be. We'll be in love forever. And then 3 years down the road, you start talking about like, ba't di ka marunong magpo?
Yeah,
Gusto
oh
ng
my
mami ko
God.
magpo.
Yes.
And then you start dealing with bigger issues like,
Parang may na-trigger sa'yo doon.
Hindi, sobrang ano ko yan pet peeve ko yung parang hindi magalang sa adults. And I really like a polite person.
Oh.
But may kalabit ka.
hindi, talagang
May ano kami.
reto fest.
Mamaya kilala ko pala yan Hindi, pero yun yung pet
Hindi
peeve ko.
pa ata. Let's make it mysterious.
Pero honestly, tama kasi pero ang point is like, the issues just only get harder. Like kami,
yeah.
take it from us. Like, dati yun yung mga pinag-aawayan namin. Like, I miss the days na nag-aaway kami ni Saab because bakit di ka nag-reply?
Yeah. The simpler quote-unquote times.
Yeah, and
Grabe, I can't even remember those times.
parang
It's so far away from you.
And I think yun yung test talaga of a relationship and how long it can last. Na it will continue to progress. You just keep getting better. And kaya nga I always...
Yeah, my advice would be my advice that no one asks for. Parang it's not naman it's not completely a red flag kaagad if someone's like, but di ka nag-reply. I mean, okay, obviously this person is not comfortable with how you're treating them. I think it's a communication thing na has to be both ways naman. Hindi naman, like that person is not evil just because she really wants you to reply to her. Parang hindi lang niya naiintindihan. And then it's your job to explain to her.
Yeah.
And it's your job to make her understand.
And your partner's job to
Try to
try
understand.
to understand and try to change.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Kasi, for example, kami nga ni Sab, we had to deal with that. Hindi kasi siya lumaki na nagpopo. But she's very respectful.
Okay.
So, at first, it was like heated. Like, Sab, ba't di ka magpo? Siyempre, Sab's like, well, I'm respectful,
nag-defensive
but
ako na parang,
defensive
are you
siya.
calling me disrespectful?
yeah.
I'm just talking to them like I would my mom.
Yes.
And then when
Gets.
it was my job to explain to her like, hey man, like it'll really help
Hey,
me.
man.
It'll really be beneficial for us if you start just doing
So
this for me.
it's also a factor for your family, or that's just how you grew up?
More of me
Okay.
and how I grew up. Parang
Yeah.
so. And that's why I say na tama ka sabi. The responsibility is not just on the person who's the jealous one. It's also the one yung pinagseselosan.
Yes.
Kasi if so that's when the relationship can say, tuloy ba to? Hindi. Kasi sinasabi kong, I don't want you staying at Root until 3 in the morning. And then the person says, well, gusto ko eh.
You
Sorry.
meet halfway at some point because you can have opposite thinking, way of thinking. Kung wala, yun nga, like yung po and ikaw, parang you can adjust for
Compromise.
gym. Oo, you can compromise. Parang hindi naman dapat laging masusunod yung isang person palagi. And hindi ka naman also laging tama. Pero I get you, like it's really those parang value, more on life values that are the clincher for me. Parang syempre sa edad ko, natin ko, parang hindi na kasi siya like, okay, kahit sino na lang nakasundo ko. Syempre you're thinking of, will I be able to build a life with this person, even if you're still in the boyfriend-girlfriend stage, or parang getting to know the person stage. Syempre you have that goal of like having a partnership. And I don't know if, kasi wala na akong oras or if I want to, sige, okay lang.
Are you on Tinder?
No. Hindi rin ako, I mean,
Why not? Because you said your friend Vika, she found the one sa OkCupid.
well, I'm not, feeling ko kasi mas hook up yung, hindi ba?
Hindi ko alam, hindi ko naabutan yun.
feeling ko parang may connotation of, or at least may undertone of like, being okay to hook up. Well, I guess, syempre, mapag-uusapan nyo pa rin yun sa chat. Pero, I really am not hindi talaga ako yung hookup culture. I mean, I don't soak myself into that type of interaction, I guess. And I'm more comfortable if I kind of know the person, or if parang friend of a friend or something, or at least I'm introduced in a casual setting first, and not really like a total
With an
online.
intention to-
Or
to-
siguro
to
if it
talk,
happens
kumbaga, to
naturally,
date.
parang I really, I guess I don't know. And it's also ano din yun vulnerable na you're putting yourself out there as available to date, available to meet people. That's very.
I think my problem if I had Tinder is that there are parang how can you ever be satisfied with parang you just see the options na
Yeah,
parang
yeah.
you're always thinking na baka mas okay to, baka mas
Yeah.
okay to, baka mas okay
Kasi
to.
di ba parang, tama ba? In my understanding, if you have a match, you get to chat with the
Only if
person.
you're matched,
If you have a match.
oo.
And for Bumble naman, girls would initiate. Parang
Only
ganun,
girls
diba?
can initiate a conversation.
Which is
cool.
good. But yeah,
Walang
again,
mga unsolicited dick pics.
yeah. Oh my God. Actually, somebody used my picture for a Tinder profile. Tapos yung pangalan niya, Sunny.
Oh.
Tapos yung occupation niya parang teacher ata. Tapos skin-ring cap lang saan kasi puro pictures ko. So parang, wow, sa Tinder na pala ako.
Sino kayang matches ni Sunny?
Hindi ko nga alam eh. Diyos ko po. Pero paano kaya yun, no? They never meet. But anyway, yun lang. Parang, it's weird for me. I don't know.
Pero all my friends na who are on Tinder, they started as like, man, because again, I don't means have. We're proud to say that all our close friends are not douchebags. True. Totoo talaga.
It's true. Otherwise, we wouldn't be friends.
Yes. So they always say na, yeah, akala ko nung una ganun eh. Pero wala. Trinay ko na lang.
Yeah.
Pero they do acknowledge that nga na parang, yes. So parang, kumbaga, technically, you end up not choosing anyone because ang dami
The
mong kamatch,
infinite
ka-chat mo.
choices.
And then parang, siguro, well, I don't know. Nakakatawa. It's
Nakakatawa
three
kasi-
people
no.
who don't know Tinder talking
Oo nga
about
eh.
Tinder.
But it's just so fun. Kasi have you ever tried swiping using your friend's profile? I always get my friend's phone and then
Tapos sobrang, wala eh. Puro swipe, swipe left ba kapag no?
I don't know.
Puro ewan ko, siguro nasa hindi lang kami okay na lugar. Pero I've tried. Tapos fun pala siya.
Now,
Okay.
to end the show in classic fashion,
Mapuputol ulit.
it's this is called Jim's What Ifs.
Okay.
Oh no.
May mga naisip ako.
It's a gym
Don't make it-
thing.
Okay, ganito, Reese.
Sige.
I'm so sorry.
No, go.
In advance.
You meet this guy. He's wonderful.
James, what ifs? On the spot ba yun?
He's wonderful. You connect. Nagpupo. Pants are not too skinny. Pants are not too baggy. Sensitive but not too sensitive. Perfect guy. You've been dating for 3 years. You're madly in love. Kunwari. And then you check your Twitter one day, and then you see,
Grammar.
oh my God, Reese Lansangan has a new album out. So you're so in love with this guy. He's perfect. Okay. What's an ideal guapo guy for you?
As in physical?
Yeah,
o
physical.
Iba-iba yung type ko
Any.
Name one.
Top of your head.
Na
Kahit sino.
face?
International,
Yes.
whatever.
Na local. Or oh my
Pwedeng
God.
international.
Pwedeng
Local.
Sino yung cute? Sino yung pinakahuling?
Like for me, Tom Holland.
Oh, parang gano'n.
Timothée
Yes.
Chalamet.
Okay, so yan.
Tom Holland. Tsaka Daniel Radcliffe. Pero kasi more on attachment lang talaga sa Harry Potter.
Okay.
Looks like him.
So you check your Twitter, and then it says, "Oh, Reese Lansangan has a new album." And then all the music in your computer. Let's say you were working on an album,
Grabe yung suspense. Medyo matagal yung build-up.
has been uploaded, and the
By the
album
person.
is called "Reese, Will You Marry Me?" Tom. So
Tom Radcliffe.
Tom Radcliffe. So he uploads. Yun yung
Your whole catalog of unreleased songs.
Oh my God.
proposal niya. He posted it. He gumawa siya ng artwork
So,
on his own.
He made your album.
Feeling niya hindi ko alam. Wait, yung mga unreleased stuff ko, nirelease niya on Twitter
Nirelease niya.
without
Without your
my
permission.
on Spotify, as in a full-blown album release.
Pero demos
the-
ba to o recorded
Recording
versions?
it. So you're working on an
Hindi ko
album
tapos.
now, di ba? You're working on an album now?
Pero yung,
Hindi
kumbaga,
pa siya
demos,
tapos.
as in phone demos, or
hindi.
anong
Kunwari,
state ng music?
Nasa studio na kayo, napasok nyo na yung tracks, nag-vocals ka na, na-mix na, pinapakinggan nyo na lang.
Okay.
Gets those tracks, uploads it on Spotify. Album art, let's say, picture nyo yung dalawa. Kung nag-selfie kayo sa wherever, and then nakasulat dun sa album art, Reese, will you marry me?
Anong tanong?
What would you do?
What would you do?
Well, since hindi siya demos, tingin ko, kasi I'm the type of person who would try to find the silver lining in a really bad situation. Syempre, it's not the most ideal. Syempre, you're building up.
You're so nice.
No, honestly, natuwa ako sa situation eh. Kasi syempre, you're building up this concept, this brand, and you want this to sound like something. For me, feeling ko I'd make it na lang into like a
publicity stunt.
a good marketing thing. Parang, oh my God, hindi ko to alam. Then I'll make a YouTube video about it. My boyfriend surprised me. Yeah, proposed to me in the most annoying way. Or para something like that.
Yeah, what if per track he recorded over it at the start, like Reese?
Gagawin ba talaga niya yun if he knows me?
The first day I met you, you were
That's the worst.
on the parking lot of Sagiho, and I love you. And then play the song, ganon.
Oh my God. Actually, parang hindi ko alam if I'm okay with that kind of a public proposal. Pero kung nandun na, kung nagawa na niya, I will roll with it, honestly. Pero for me, if I know this person, if I've been with this person for 3 years, I'm sure he would know to respect the boundaries. Pero if he did I would just make an event out of it. Say no. I would just make an event out of it, or like find it funny, and then just finish the album.
Watch out for my new single. Am I gonna say yes or no? Diba?
Yes or no? Yeah, exactly. Diba? Parang, yun yung next video. Did I accept the proposal? Pero yun, parang, and then I'll just quickly release like the polished version para may two, and then we'll find a CD, vinyl press, and then side B, side A.
Wow, you thought this through.
Well,
that's a way of seeing
That's very creative and very
because you're so creative.
Yeah.
Pero nakakainis yun
Nakakainis yun.
Grabe yun
My last.
Okay.
Last one. So you've connected on every level.
with Tom
Si
Radcliffe.
Tom Radcliffe.
Okay, this is kung wari hindi pa niya ginawa lahat nun.
Yeah, wala yun.
Bura.
And then, let's say, you have a concert. You're gonna have your this is your big, super duper concert. Let's say, MOA Arena. Like, oh my God, since I was a kid, I've been dreaming of this big concert. It's just me. And you rehearsed for 6 months. You set up everything. The show has perfect coordination and whatever. It's so down to the second. In the middle of your set, he comes out, tas medyo faint. Woo! Kasi kilala siya yung boyfriend mo. Pero parang, so hindi siya,
Planado ba?
hindi siya
Yung eksena na sa isip mo na talaga.
comes out with an acoustic guitar and then starts singing Cisco's Incomplete.
And
then proposes to you. While doing the Cisco Incomplete, ay Cisco ba yun?
Yes.
yung without you, girl, my life is incomplete.
Everything.
Ayun.
Tapos, the screen. Jumbotron. The screen will have a PowerPoint
Of our memes.
of your memes.
Slideshow.
With
Tapos hindi maganda.
may crossfade transitions. Tapos,
So it's
yun yung
basically
proposal.
just a super cheesy stuff.
Yeah.
It's not so bad.
Really?
Pero kasi sa concert,
Yun eh.
parang feeling ko, syempre I'll appreciate the moment, pero after, feeling ko pagsasabihan ko siya. Kasi syempre, yun nga.
It's such a personal thing.
Yeah, at saka parang, I would trust that he knows not to meddle at this type of situation, if it's like a major concert that we've been preparing for and he knows it, parang, ba't naman doon? Pero appreciate ko, pero bakit doon? Pero yun, parang ang jahe, tsaka hindi ako siguro, hindi ako cheesy na tao. So, feeling ko may onting
What's the most
cringe.
romantic thing you've done for someone you were dating?
I guess I've just written a song. I guess yun na yun. I don't know. Pero hindi talaga ako, I don't know, ano ako like, medyo casually injecting concern. Not really like, alam mo yun, I don't know.
Explosive
Yeah.
love.
At saka, unang bata talaga ako, like, I've always felt awkward being hugged, ganon. I've only learned to accept it because dati talaga, even my parents, they can't hug me. But now, parang I try to be mas malambing with my mom, ganun. So, it's something that I've learned through time. Pero I'm not naturally malambing.
Aw. Well,
This was fun.
yeah, we have to go make a Tinder profile for Reese now.
Sunny. Si Sunny. Thank
Let's
you
do
guys.
this again.
And then nakalagay dun sa bio mo, please hug me.
It's a test. No, super enjoyed today.
Yay.
Thank
Thanks,
you for
Reese.
chatting with me. Sobrang fun magsalita lang.
We should have a part 2.
Yeah.
No, if they like it.
With
If you like it,
better,
guys.
headphones and a recording thing.
Okay.
No, this is good. This is legit. Yeah, you should see the setup.
Just to let our audience know, this is the most we've interacted with Reese.
yes, exactly.
This is great. I think it will be a trend na we will have, kasi of course we will have Sada Candy on the show, but then it's also really fun to have other people who we're not with every single day.
Yeah.
And it's a way to get to know them.
Yes. It opens up the band and music scene.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Thanks, Reese.
Bye.
Bye.